The kingdom of God, which I believe that Yeshua was referring to a preparation for by speaking of needing to be born of water and spirit, which I believe was the intention of Ezekiel chapter 36, is something which is also heavily misunderstood in Christianity. The kingdom of God, in light of the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible, is merely a term which refers to the prosperous situation of the people of Israel under the reign of a righteous king from among the sons of David, such as the ultimate Messiah will be. Thus we find the kingdom of God already mentioned in the Tanakh, in the Jewish Bible, in 1 Chronicles chapter 28, verse 5 through 8. There it says, "And of all my sons, for the Lord has given me many sons, he has chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. And he said unto me, Solomon your son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be to me for a son, and I will be to him for a father. And I will establish his kingdom forever, and he will be constant, if he will be constant to do my commandments and my ordinances, as to this day. Now therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the congregation of the Lord, and in the hearing of our God, observe and seek out all the commandments of the Lord your God, that you may possess this good land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children after you forever." Just as we find the rebirth as a requirement for entering the kingdom of God, and that in light of Ezekiel chapter 36 it consists of Israel as a nation upholding the commandments and possessing the promised land, likewise in this passage from Chronicles we find the kingdom of the Lord is connected with national upholding of the commandments and possessing the promised land, under the rulership of a righteous king from among the sons of David, who himself is upholding the commandments and ordinances of the Torah, the law which was given to Moses. And with the following verse regarding the kingdom of the Lord and the sons, descendants of David, perhaps we can understand how in its original context one might say that rejecting the Messiah, who himself shall be among the sons of David, is tantamount to resisting or rejecting and consequently forfeiting the kingdom of God itself. 2 Chronicles chapter 13 verse 8 says, "And now you think to resist the kingdom of the Lord, which is in the hand of the sons of David, and you are a great multitude, and there are with you the golden calves which Jeroboam made you for gods." In verse 6 of the same chapter we see that this resistance was in fact a rebellion on Jeroboam's part against his Lord. Lord here being either a reference to Rahav or his son Abijah. Of course, this is on the condition that the individual is a valid Davidic king, and that he is known to be such, that resisting him, conscious resistance of him, would be tantamount to resistance of the kingdom of the Lord himself. Otherwise, how is it possible to reject that which is unknown to you? Jeroboam's rebellion was a conscious act of wickedness. Might the above concept of rebellion against the king of Israel be the original intent of Yeshua's statement that whoever does not acknowledge the Son, that is, a Davidic king, in light of 1 Chronicles chapter 28, verse 6, where King Solomon is referred to as being a son of the Father, that is, the Lord, that in this context, if one rejects a king of Israel, he's consequently forfeiting the kingdom of the Lord. May we soon see the day that the Almighty will give us a new heart and a new spirit and pour His Spirit upon us, that we will walk in His commands and the commandments of the Torah that He gave to Moses, just as Moses said in Deuteronomy chapter 30, "Which I command thee this day," and the day that Moses was given the Torah. Till then, let us remember that even before the national rebirth of Israel and the national salvation of Israel, there is still individual rebirth, which must occur with each and every one of us, and that is simply returning to upholding the commandments of the Almighty. As it says in Psalm chapter 19, "Torah Adonai t'mimo m'shivaf nofash." The Torah of the Lord is whole, complete, perfect, renewing the soul.